Some mornings begin with reflection. Today is one of them. A nation mourns, leaders respond, and schools face rising concerns. This is Newsbits on Channel MOE. I am Mamiefua Kopna. It's Monday, August 11, 2025. Here are your top stories this hour. Final farewell held for Murtala Muhammad and Alhaji Muniru, victims of helicopter crash. Deputy Education Minister Dr. Clement Abbas Apak mourns all 8 victims of the crash. Ghana Education Service GES urges collective effort to combat rising school violence. And Presidential Envoy calls for responsible handling of national prophecies amid uncertain times. We'll be back in a moment with full details. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Newsbits. Let's now take a deeper look at our top stories. President John Mahama has offered heartfelt prayers and paid his final respects to Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad and Alhaji Muniru Limuna Muhammad, 2 government officials who tragically lost their lives in a helicopter crash on August 6. The burial took place on Sunday, August 10, at the Chiado Military Cemetery, where the president joined grieving families, dignitaries, and members of the public in mourning the national loss. Earlier in the day, the bodies of the late officials were received at the forecourt of the State House, where Islamic prayers were held in accordance with Muslim tradition. President Mahama expressed deep sorrow over the tragedy and extended his gratitude to the bereaved families for their patience and cooperation in the official arrangement. The president said the nation will remember their service and prayed for eternal peace for their souls. Now, Deputy Education Minister Dr. Clement Abbas Apak has paid tribute to the 8 individuals who lost their lives in the Adansi helicopter crash. In a message posted on social media, Dr. Apak expressed deep sorrow, stating that he was devastated by the loss. He noted that he had a personal connection with 4 of the victims who served in various roles under President Mahama administration and within the leadership of the National Democratic Congress. He said the loss was painful and shared by many comrades across the party. Now, in the education front, the Ghana Education Service, GES, is calling for a collaborative approach to address rising cases of immorality and violence in school communities, particularly in second cycle institutions. Speaking at the 9th Conference of Heads, Chaplains, Managers, and Directors of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, held in Sogakope, acting Deputy Director General of GES, Professor Smal GC, emphasized the need for schools, teachers, and community leaders to take stronger roles in promoting discipline. She noted that while the service continues to take disciplinary action against students involved in unlawful acts, more responsibility lies with school managers and educators to prevent such behavior. Among the concerning trends she highlighted were teenage pregnancy, academic apathy, excessive use of social media, exposure to pornography, as well as violent incidents such as stabbing, shooting, and occult practices. The call comes as second cycle schools across the country grapple with recurring cases of student misconduct and violence. Now, the Office of the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations has instructed religious leaders across Ghana to submit any prophecies or spiritual revelations of national importance for urgent review. The directive, issued on August 10, aims to ensure responsibility, discernment, and proper stewardship over the country's future, especially amid the current climate of uncertainty. It applies specifically to prophecies concerning key political figures, governance, national security, and public stability. The office stressed the need for careful handling of such spiritual messages to provide wise guidance for the nation. In addition, the presidential envoy has called for increased prayers for the president, government institutions, bereaved families, and the entire nation following the recent tragic helicopter crash involving government officials and military personnel. A solemn mood prevailed at the Adabraka District Court on Friday, August 8, 2025, as Bitz Ii, the prime suspect in the murder of immigration officer Stephen Ken Amwa, was remanded into police custody for 2 weeks. Bitz Ii is believed to have been the last person to see the Ghana Immigration Service officer alive before his disappearance and subsequent murder. The court has adjourned the case to August 22, 2025, as the Ghana Police Service continues to intensify its investigations. In other news, a new video circulating on social media has raised fresh alarm over the dangerous rush to collect fuel from over 10 tankers in Ghana. The latest incident took place near Nkoko in the eastern region, where locals were seen gathering around a crashed fuel tanker using gallons, jerry cans, and buckets to siphon fuel directly from the wreckage. The footage shows people, including teenagers, scooping fuel with bare hands despite the extreme risks posed by flammable vapors. This reckless behavior is not new. The Ghana National Fire Service reports that over 100 deaths have resulted from tanker explosions linked to such actions in the past 5 years. In 2022 alone, the National Petroleum Authority recorded 27 tanker accidents, several aggravated by civilians collecting fuel at the scene. Calls are growing for the Ministry of Transport and the National Petroleum Authority to step up public education efforts to prevent further tragedies. Officials hope the viral Nkoko video will serve as a warning to the public to avoid this deadly practice. Now, on the international front, U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to meet in Alaska on Friday to discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine. The meeting, scheduled for August 15, was announced by President Trump on social media and later confirmed by a Kremlin spokesperson who described Alaska as a logical choice due to its geographic proximity to Russia. There has been no immediate response from Ukraine regarding the planned talks. The announcement followed President Trump's suggestion that Ukraine may need to cede territory to achieve peace in the conflict that began with Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. In sports news, the local organizing committee LOC or LOC of the CAA Region 2 Senior Athletics Championship has announced a change in the event dates to August 18 and 19, 2025. The postponement from the original dates of August 15 and 16 was made in respect of the national mourning period declared by President John Dramani Mahama to honor victims of the recent helicopter crash. The LOC assured that the delay will not affect the quality or integrity of the championship. All logistics, accreditation, and technical arrangements will be updated to ensure a smooth and successful event at the University of Ghana Stadium. In Europe, Crystal Palace have secured their first ever Community Shield title after a dramatic 3-2 victory over Liverpool in a penalty shootout at Wembley Stadium. The match was tightly contested, with both teams exchanging goals during an action-packed 90 minutes. Hugo Ekitike opened the scoring for Palace just 4 minutes into the game, marking his first goal for the club. Liverpool responded quickly, but Palace Jean-Philippe Mateta leveled the score with a calm penalty 30 minutes later. In the end, the Eagles held their nerve in the shootout to claim their coveted trophy. In the entertainment scene, award-winning dancehall artist Stonebwoy has expressed profound sadness over the recent helicopter crash that claimed the lives of 8 people, including military personnel and 2 government ministers. Stonebwoy described the tragedy as a heartbreaking moment for Ghana. He spoke about his close personal relationships with late Honorable Murtala Muhammad and Alhaji Muniru Muhammad, whom he regarded as father figures. He conveyed the shock and disbelief felt by many across the country in the wake of the devastating accident. Now to lifestyle news. A video trending on Ghanaian social media has captured attention for showcasing a local snack shaped to look exactly like a Timberland boot and a pair of sandals. The creative baking style has sparked both amusement and debate, with some praising it as edible art while others find it confusing. As the viral snack gains popularity, many are left wondering whether they would dare to eat it or send it to the shoemaker. In tech this morning, Japan Motors Trading Company Limited has officially launched their Geely vehicle brand in Kumasi, marking a significant milestone in Ghana's automotive sector. The event also featured the unveiling of 4 new Geely models, the Star Ray, M Grand, and the locally assembled Cool Ray and Cool Ray Neo, generating excitement among guests. The Asantehene Otumfo Osetutu II was represented at the ceremony by Ohineba Yao Owusu Ansan, the Abreyansin Hine. The executive director of Japan Motors described the launch as a celebration of innovation and local empowerment, emphasizing the expanded and improved vehicle choices now available to customers. From a nation grieving its heroes to urgent calls for discipline in our schools and the dangerous habits putting lives at risk, today's stories are a reminder of where we stand and what we must change. As we remember the lives lost and the lessons unfolding, Newsbits will keep following the stories shaping our nation. I am Mami Efakobna. Thank you for joining us this morning.